Gotta roll up the sleeves.
I am ready.
Time to battle with the beast. Yvonne? Yeah, that sounds about right. Name-wise, you know. So, Primrose, I think what we did last time worked really well. So, Peacock Strut for yourself.
The Peacock Strut.
And just don't die this turn, please. Or in general. Oof.
My turn now.
Tressa, let's get some... Let's be real, a transfer rune.
Feel the power. Well then.
And Ophelia, you have access to heal more.
Bring about a miracle.
We could probably use it.
Alright.
As if Tressa wasn't a tank enough. Alphen, you want to, who am I kidding? We all know what you need to do.
Try
It's such a beautiful thing.
Here I go.
And Tressa, bring about a, I'm gonna go with the light rune. We don't really know what they're weak to, but I feel like this is a good guess.
I am ready.
I want to shank someone. Heck, even if they're not weak to it, they'll take some real damage from it.
Here we go.
And Alphen, what the heck? Do it again.
Try this.
Well then.
And Ophelia, use Aelfric's auspices on Primrose, would you? This should be good. Let's go for that, Ventus Salter. Not as disgusting as I thought it'd be, actually. Oh, wait. Okay, that was real good.
I'll do my best.
I did the setup for that. And I still forgot that the second group happened. Say something tells me you're not weak to axes. But he is weak to light. Point willingness 240. Thank you very much.
Here goes nothing.
Do it again!
I am ready.
Actually, there wasn't much point in that, but here we are. Shank him. Oh gosh.
Let's do this.
I love this.
Here we go.
It's gross. In a beautiful way. Let's get that Peacock Strut up on Primrose.
My turn now.
Ophelia joined the party. The obliterating this boss party.
Here goes nothing.
Though I guess she's already in the party.
What's it do?
You know what I'm saying. Do you deal more damage with your bow? No. Okay, keep the spear. Primrose with the dagger. Quite nice. You know, just chucking over 31,000 damage around. Just cuz. Quite nice. I never thought I'd need Ophelia to get surpassing power, but here we are.
My turn now.
Yeah, get that spear back in here. Dead.
How's that?
Oh my gosh, this party obliterates. Like, I thought the other party was doing pretty darn good, and then it's just... Dang. This is kind of gross. From the Diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Academy. It was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days. when my prize student Lucia brought a young woman to me. The woman told me that I was best suited to the position of headmaster, but there was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my ability. And so she taught me many things, one being the existence of ancient tomes containing the long-forgotten secrets of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlastam's great libraries, and no eyes but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. The tome in question is one of these. It is the last extant tract of the legendary sage known as Salaman. His name lives on in history, though the land of his birth, the kingdom of Bernstein, has long since been forgotten. Long it has been said that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the worthy alone. Thus a great scholar was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truths within the tome. The doddering fool who now serves as headmaster could never do such a thing. But a genius such as you, Yvonne? Surely you of all scholars in the realm are up to the task. Yes, that was how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster, who was interested in nothing but his studies, and whose only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity, and that single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold, and more critically, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? This woman had told me that the then headmaster, holding a lofty office he had done so little to deserve, was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks. And so I had him assassinated just as she wished, leaving not a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only once more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted of me, after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I immediately set myself to uncovering its secrets. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I had planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it all come to this? Darn that accursed Lucia. Darn that heartless, conniving witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need for me. That was why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and led Cyrus right to me so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. You despicable, loathsome, hateful woman. Death has not cooled my fury, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you! Curse you and that unholy witch you brought to my side. May the deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May the foul witch Liblock be banished within the farthest reaches of hell. So, death brings peace to the souls of the people who die, right?
This should be fun.
Wait a minute, you ain't no human. Lethal poison? Dang, man, I was hoping for the non-lethal kind. Venom-toothed tiger? Hard to tell from this angle. Okay, let's go for that transfer room. Because let's be real. That's what's been murdering everything.
I am ready.
Primrose, you know what to do. You know the strut.
The peacock strut.
Strut your stuff.
Alright,
Alphen, you've concocted this thing a bajillion times at this point.
try this.
My turn now.
And Feely, smack him? Yeah.
Alright.
Fair enough. Are you weak to axes? Nope. Poison, okay, I guess his name kinda hinted at that pretty strongly. Let's reduce his elemental defense. And Feely, heal as much as you can.
Bring about a miracle of healing. Oh no.
Tressa, let's get a Thunder Rune up.
Lightning.
Of course I didn't max it out, so it's only gonna last a couple turns now. Rip.
Oh
There we go.
no. Lightning.
Fixed it, but I mean, you know, wasted a turn.
Here we go.
Elfing, you should be weak to not daggers, not lightning. That really sucks. At least you got to shank him. And do that.
I am ready.
Wow, this sucks. Do elemental break
Beyond
again?
boundaries.
Nice. Feely, healy as much as you can. Why does Tail Sweep hit everyone twice? He goes back and forth, I guess? Buff Primrose. All the way. Keep the heals coming.
I am ready.
We gotta find out what this man, well, Tiger, is weak to. It's not daggers, it's not axes, it's not staves. Bow? That is something. That is something.
Well then.
Oh, you don't have a bow anymore. Oh, thank goodness.
Oh no.
There you go, Tressa.
I am ready.
And here you go, Primrose. Show off. Oh my god!
Shucks.
She's insane. She is absolutely insane.
Peacock strike.
Actually, Ophelia's already maxed out. Oh, 9999. Whoops.
I am ready.
I knew getting surpassing power for Primrose would be a good idea, but holy crap!
All right.
I mean, you're seeing it firsthand too. This is nuts.
Well then. Oh no.
I hope we can do this at the final boss.
How's that?
From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the First. Nice to know we did them in order, right? Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow in my travels. My beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest I be too late in the end. I made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. The final ingredient I required was the pinion of an ogre eagle, the most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their home in the forest of Ruba, beyond the vast Emerald Sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking it. But the captain was none other than Leon Vistral. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or 10 of that dread pirate captain, the very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palms sweating. Yet I found the man himself to be quite different from the one spoken of in legend. Captain Leon Vestral stood at the helm of a merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. I'm afraid I don't let just anyone board my ship, he told me, and I felt as though I were being put to some kind of test. It was clear this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse was as impoverished as my hopes. I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it you will find a record of every region of this vast continent, every town I've visited, every path I've tread. Surely such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage. After all, what need had I of such a log then? My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. You'd have me believe the leaves of that old book are more valuable than the leaves in my coffers. You must have had quite the journey. I wouldn't mind hearing about it, as you swap my decks. As the ship tossed about the stormy sea, my thoughts drifted ahead of the winds to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that it felt as though it was only minutes ago that we parted, not countless moons. And I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her while that gentle smile still graced her lips. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me just a little longer. I know not what has become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon, but looking back, I'm relieved that it left my hands when it did. Surely it is better than my final entry. Well, that my final entry ended with some traces of hope, rather than the bitter pain I would eventually find at Jenner.